Hey, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
So, welcome to our show today.
Yes.
Let's do this. We are hyped and we are ready.
Yes.
So, y'all already know our topic. Stay woke. Stay woke.
Stay
woke. Bernie is already represented. So, we're going to do some quick intros for those who don't know us. But we're going to get right into it. We have a special guest that we'll be bringing up in a minute. But we have a wonderful show. Very meaningful. So let's go ahead and do some intros, and then we're going to jump right into the show.
All right. Hey, everyone. I am Bernadette Bronner. I'm the CEO and founder of BB Coaching and Consulting. I also have a nonprofit, Sisters Helping Empower Each Other. And basically, I am a life coach that I empower women to become better, and I also push them into their purpose. And my nonprofit organization basically help the community, women's shelters. We do a lot for women's shelters, so we help those in need.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to toss it all on over to Katrina.
Hey everyone, I'm Katrina Martin. I am the owner of the Global Next Gen Event Center. I also have a nonprofit organization, Next Gen Powerhouse, where I deal with youth. Pretty much with the event center, I host baby showers, book signings, any type of event that you want to be creative and bring your ideas, and community-based events as well. And also with the Next Gen Powerhouse, I work with youth. I host youth events.
Yep. And hey, it's your girl, Ladrine Peterson. I am the founder and CEO of Do It, delivering on ideas and thoughts. And you know what I do? I help turn dreamers into doers. My nonprofit organization is Do It Empowers Incorporated, and I just pretty much try to help everyone. But right now, I'm focusing on the youth with that project. # I am the legacy, and I'll talk about that a little bit more on the flip side of it. But right now, we're going to let this man introduce himself, tell us a little bit about it, and we're going to get into some serious topics on staying woke.
Yes. Hello, my name is Calvin Hawkins. I'm one of your Democratic Party candidates for the County Council at Large position in Prince George's County. As you may know, the last 8 days we've been involved in early voting, not only trying to help Ben Jealous become our next governor, but individuals at the local level like me, yours truly, become one of your county council members at large. It's the first time we've had this position in Prince George's County, and I'm working hard to win your votes, and I would really like your support. I will tell you a little bit about myself when I'm allowed to.
By all means, take the floor right now.
I'm a native Washingtonian who grew up in Prince George's County, came here in grade 5, and I've been here ever since. I've worked with the great Marion S. Berry Jr. I've worked with Councilmember Kevin Chavis. I was privileged to work with Wayne Carey and the current county executive, Rashawn L. Baker III. I bring all that up because I have 28 years of involvement in politics in Prince George's County and the DMV. I'm a kingmaker and queenmaker. I don't believe in running. I didn't never think I would be sitting here asking you to vote for me, but times and situations and individuals who were serving kind of disappointed me with what they were doing, not County Exec Baker, but some of the others. And I said, if not them, then who?
That's
Why
right.
not me? And so growing up in D.C. and being in the DMV all my life, I said it was time for me to get involved and go from the background to the forefront, from the sideline to the playing field. And that's what I've been trying to do for the last 18 months with a great group of individuals, and we call ourselves the People's Movement because that's who's involved. Average people, your average Joe Blow, trying to make a difference, getting involved, and that's what we're doing, pressing the issues, and we've been fortunate enough to win the primary in Prince George's County. And now we're going to win that general with your help.
Yes. Thank you for that. So I'll go ahead and kick it off. So yesterday, I went to the polls for early voting, cast my vote. Normally, it's an in and out process. Normally take me 5-10 minutes. Yesterday, it took me about 40 minutes. And, you know, I don't really like crowds or long lines. So as I was waiting, just something like really truly came over me. And it was more from the aspect of this wait was really worth it. And I started like resonating on the history aspect of it, of people dying and people just going through so much just for us to be able to vote. So can we talk a little bit about the civic responsibility?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about how you feel that it is that responsibility for each and every eligible person to get out there and vote.
It's very important, and I'm glad you asked that question. And I'm gonna come at it from two different perspectives.
Okay.
For people that look like us, people of color, those of us who have been kissed by nature's son, what our forefathers went through to have an opportunity to vote,
Yes.
to go from not even considered an individual, considered property, and then we have this fight to get our right to vote, and the number of individuals who look like us that stay home and don't think there's a reason to vote. Right. When you hear our current president talk about the things he's talking about to divide our country, when you hear someone call people that look like us in other countries thugs, we need to vote. When our forefathers got hung and they hanged and they were brutally destroyed, they were subject to all kind of obstacles of why they couldn't vote. When they would vote and walk miles just to get a chance to vote, we sit at home, whether we in our Mercedes or our hoopty, we have a responsibility to vote.
Right.
I tell you, for someone like me at age 19, while I was at Bowie State, I got caught up in smoking cocaine, and as a result, I ended up doing 6 years in prison. And I lost my right to vote, but when I came home, I earned that right to vote. So for someone who lost his right to
Come
vote,
on, tell your
I
story.
truly understand the importance of voting, and I bring that up to you not for you to judge me, because who are we to judge one another? We all have fallen short of all that is expected of. I bring up my past because I want individuals like you to know, if you have family members and friends who are struggling, there's hope. If you stick with them, love them, and get them back to where they need to be, they can make a difference. And that's what Calvin Hawkins is all about. And the importance of voting is not just our civic responsibility. We have it to those generations to come and those ancestors before us that fought, died, and bled for this opportunity. My friends, I'm an ex-offender. They call it re-entry. It is what it is. I gave them 6 years of my life, and I'm not turning around. I'm not going back. I'm going to keep moving forward for individuals like you, so that we'll have an opportunity to each one reach one, each one teach one, and we can understand the importance of vote, because if you vote, you need to vote.
That's right. That's it.
Drop the mic and everything right there. That was very, very, very important. Very, very heartfelt. And I thank you for you introducing and pretty much landing out there on the line your past, because that's very important for people who haven't gone through certain things that you've gone through, and they're just sitting back and taking advantage or misusing their vote. And I mean it strongly that way, in terms of misusing it. We talk and we argue about who's in the White House and what's going on. We have the opportunity to make an impact at various levels. So right now we're talking about our local community, community. So for me, one of the things is economic development.
Right.
So and this is a very good point where you can tell us, like, what would you do in terms of what is your platform? And I looked at your page, I looked at your pillars, the 5 items that you have, and economic development was one of them. So for me, I love to eat. I can't cook. I love to eat, love go talking. That's where I have a lot of my business meetings. The Clinton, Fort Washington area, the upper Fort Washington area. Places to eat. Like, we gotta travel all the way out Bowie, or we gotta travel all the way in Waldorf to find a decent meal or a decent sit-down meal. We need to build up our area right there in the midst of it, from restaurants. Also, just we have the harbor, but there's a lot of stuff going on with the harbor that we won't even get into. From the standpoint of restaurants, that's one area, but entrepreneurs, we're all our entrepreneurs. Tell us, like, your thoughts, your ideas, and your platform of what you would do if you were elected into this new role, and how you would handle that.
I'm first of all affirming that I will be elected on November the 6th.
Okay.
And I'm confirming that I'll have a great group to work with, and our leader Angela Alsobrooks, who
yes,
that
love her.
homegrown Prince George,
Yes, love
who
her.
have a vision for that area, and we're going to work with them as council members to ensure that the kind of restaurants you're talking about, that we engage prospective restaurant owners to bring them there, and not just a chain restaurant, but good restaurant that you all to see. And in doing that, we have to work with the governor to make sure the infrastructure is there for it. But what I'm committed to, as someone that has worked the last 23 years in county government, I'm committed to taking the excuses away for the delay. Take the excuses away for the delay in having restaurants and other things in our communities like Clinton and areas, Brandywine, because how I see it is, we can't keep using laws and regulations that were implemented in 1980, 2000. We need to come up to date. And therefore, whether it's vacant homes in the area, if it's blight that's causing restaurant or prospective businesses to come in the area, say, oh, that's not where I want to be. I call it red lining through the black line. And what I mean by that is black communities, they take, you know this, especially during holiday season, they take your zip code. So their thing is, oh, you live in Brandywine, you live in Clinton, you live in Upper Marlboro, you're going to come to Annapolis, you're going to go out to Tyson's Corner. And as a result, we don't need to do anything in your community because we see the number of people
coming from
the
all
facts and numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
So, but my thing is twofold. I'm going to support Angela in her efforts to bring economic development there, but I'm also going to challenge individuals like you to work with us because
that's what we want to do.
As they say on the block, you understand what you need. And we have to ensure that businesses like yours are involved in enjoying some of the wealth that our taxpayers and our businesses bring here. We need to change the how we deal with it. And people like you who have business that's really on the outside hustling, doing what you do to make your business work, we need you involved in our county experience because you are the ones that make this county what it is. And that's what I'm committed to. Ensuring that not just talking, making sure we sit down and say, hey, you're there every day. How we make this better? What to keep people coming to your business? What do we need to do in your community where your business is or what you're trying to do? Like you mentioned about your work with youth and what you're talking about, making them the legacy. How do we use what you're doing, get you involved in our schools, ensure that you're getting the kind of support funding-wise that you need to have the resources to go into our schools, to go into these communities and do it. You know, we need to do it. That's right. Day one. I'm ready day one to get it on and make all this happen. Because again, you have to understand, I'm not talking as an idealist that don't understand. I'm talking from a practical standpoint of someone who watched and who worked in county government for 23 years. And I didn't just work. I started in public works, expanding what they call the public bus system in Prince George. I had a chance to work with Wayne Carey, with Sharon Baker, work under the Jack Johnson administration. But I worked in emergency management, so I've been all around. I'm a people's person. I go in communities. I don't say, wow, why is it like that? I say, why can't we change it and make it better? And that's where your brilliant minds come.
Yes, that's what we're trying to do.
I'm just a callous in the official capacity. You all are, as I say, you all are the brains. I'm just the voice. Carrying it out. And that's how we're going to get it done. One community at a time. One small business at a time.
That's
so
right.
Stay woke, y'all. I'm serious. Like, y'all got to stay woke in terms of what's going on. We can't just sit back and wait for other people to hand things out. It doesn't work like that. When you get involved and you talk to people who are making decisions, you become a part of the decision making and a part of the solution to the problem. Don't just keep bringing problems and issues and everything that's going on. So, y'all know how I talk, but I want to make sure that any questions that you all have, and also make sure that you share on Facebook. Calvin is here, and he is open to answering any and all questions. We're going to get into voting a little bit, and I know Trina's question relates to that, so we'll go ahead and transition over to Katrina.
Well, I do have a question. As you see, I'm rocking my cap. But I do know, and Calvin also, he had a campaign at my event center, and you kind of broke a lot of things down because I'm not one that's into, especially the state and local politics thing. So, kind of like, can you explain exactly like your position with the county? What would be your position? Because we claiming that position for you. Yes. So, kind of explain your position in the county and how do people go about to recommend changes. Like Ladrine said, you know, we want more restaurants in Clinton. I live in Clinton. I do real estate in Clinton. And that's one of the main reasons why a lot of clients move from Clinton to Bowie and Upper Marlboro and Waldorf because of the chain of restaurants and stores and things like that. So that's definitely an issue. But kind of explain how would they go about to recommend changes and explain your position once you get in office.
What the county council member does, particularly at large, we have three main responsibilities. We're responsible for land use and development, all the development you see going on in your community around Prince George's County. That kind of discussion and decisions come through the county council. Okay. And that's one of the responsibilities I have. And also the county council sit as your health board. All major medical health issues like the new hospital you see coming, those kind of issues will come before the county council when we sit as the county health board. Okay. And lastly, we have budgetary oversight. We have oversight over the $4+ billion that is the annual budget of the Prince George's County government. We review, make decisions, make recommendations, and then we pass the budget that the county exec used to implement program. And how you all can really get involved. First of all, I'm unapologetic about asking your audience and each of you to vote blue. If we need Democrats to help us, we call it TBT, Turn Back Trump. And it starts at the local level. And once you start working with your county officials, you need to organize, whether individual and your family, your business, or other business like what you all are doing here. Invite them on, talk to them, and put them on the spot, just like with me. I've made some commitments here this evening, and I believe in giving timetables. When can we sit down and do the next step? No, hey, I'm going to see, then I come back 4 years or come back on your show, act like I didn't make those commitments. We have to hold our elected officials accountable.
That's right.
Point blank. And it's a two-way street. You can walk into your barber shop or the supermarket or one of your stores and complain about something. But once you've complained, what are you going to do to make it happen? There was a small amount of people that came to the public. You have 2 budget hearings every year. There was a small amount of people that consistently came to those meetings and said, we want 1 week, one day per week trash pickup. Majority of the citizens wanted to keep 2 days a week. So one of the things Angela also, all of us heard going around the county is we want 2 day a week trash pickup. So we're going back to that.
What meeting we need to go to?
And one thing I want you all to do is look at the county council website and tell you what the different hearings are, because you stay woke.
Stay woke.
Stay woke. Stay woke.
Stay woke.
So because that way you see what they're doing in your community, because they have to do all of it public. But if you're not paying, because you're all out there hustling, grinding, most of us, if we're not in a government job or private sector, we have our own business, picking up our kids, we're doing this. We don't have time, but if you stay just once a week, go on that county council website, look at what they have going on in the county. Even if you have kids in school, look at the school board. And all of it may not interest you, but you see what's going on. Especially the 3 of you and your partner that's not here, you all have a form of educating your audience. So if you start looking, even if they miss it, you say, hey, they got this major vote coming up at the school board here. They got a major vote at the council. Getting ready to put a dump site right in the back of your community. You know what I mean? So those are the kind of questions, like we buy these big houses, next thing you know, we look around, they put in a rural farm right in the middle of our neighborhood.
Right,
So
right.
what I'm
People
saying
like
is,
pay attention to
that's the
farm.
kind of council member I plan to be, an activist one that keeps citizens informed so they'll know. Because
Right.
I'm telling you, you all are 3 votes sitting up here, and votes matter, and organized votes really matter. So we need to stay involved. I hope I answered your question.
You did, and you clarified, and that was a for us to stay woke.
Right,
With the,
right.
you know, we have to educate our audience and
Right.
keep them aware. So that was a good
Yeah.
pointer for us. You know, to at least check once a week to see
Right.
what's going
That was
on
good.
with the
That was a
county.
good
So
nugget.
that was really good
Yeah,
info.
because he got me.
Got me.
Because
Got me.
I just want to add, because I have a heart for the homeless,
Yes.
right? So I work a lot with homeless women shelters.
Shelter code.
So yes, absolutely. I'm actually doing a coat drive for them, and so they have a need for plus size coats, because everyone think about the smaller frame women, but the larger frame women needs coats too. So I had to fulfill that need.
What we will do, because we have a fundraiser for like a celebration thing, and it's going to be to a non-profit.
Okay.
We're going to raise the money, and you can come back and tell your audience if I kept my word.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
We will donate it, all of it, to your cause.
Oh,
for,
amen.
shel-
Thank
for,
you.
for the coat, for
Yes.
the women. Yeah.
Sign me up for the next one.
Yeah.
For my I Am the Legacy project. Sign
So
me up.
yes.
No,
So we're gonna work together. So
Yeah.
my question is, and I appreciate that heartfelt thanks to you. I'm trying not to remember what they say. Hold your tongue up here, so I won't
Yeah.
cry. I hear you see in DC, and the women's shelters in DC get a lot of public exposure, a lot of help. What is PG County doing for the shelters, the women transition homes in PG County? And like how I'm thinking about an initiative, thinking of an initiative where I can help them. Like I want to have an education component to help them when they get out. You know, what more can I do, or is this something that is talked about in these meetings you told us to check out?
No, not really, but there's a group that probably have an interest in homeless shelters and homeless women. And I bring that up, that's why I was saying talking and working, that's your interest. You can be the one to ignite
For that.
Yeah.
funding, because right now, compared to the District of Columbia, we don't have the
We don't
kind
have
of
nothing.
women resource.
Right.
Because outside of Shepherd's Code, they don't like me saying Shepherd's Code.
It's
maybe
United-
one
UCAP,
more. Yeah, United
Poverties,
United Against Poverty. United
Poverties,
UCAP,
UCAP.
United Communities
Against poverty, yes.
And so I bring that up, and you all may not know this. You go up New York Avenue,
Oh,
where
N Street,
Bladensburg Road
East-
is, but right there where the Quality and all those
All of the
hotels,
shelters
New York
now.
Avenue, you see,
Right.
those are
The
all
homeless-
shelters.
yes,
I
I
knew
just
that.
learned that, 4 of them.
Yes.
So, but we don't have that level of emphasis on homeless shelters. You can go.
What-
We talk about Clinton. You can go up, right up Allentown Road, turn on Old Branch Avenue. The old, what's that place? Used to be Joe Theismann. I'm telling my age.
Joe Theismann.
Joe Theismann?
No, across from, it's right there to the right. What is
Old
the name
Branch
of-
Avenue?
Old Branch Avenue, Allentown Road. It used to be, what's the name of that club? But anyway,
The
the
Hanger Club? The Hanger
across from the Hangers Club.
I
they
know the
have-
club you're
right,
talking about.
they
Legends?
made
The
that-
Legends?
they
No, not
made
the
it out
Legends,
of, they made that out of a shelter for
they did?
Oh, really?
homeless,
I didn't know
yes.
that.
Like now? Recently?
Yes,
Now?
yes.
Oh, wow.
You
Okay.
go in and see
Oh,
that.
wow.
Okay.
But what I'm
Okay.
saying is, if you go down that corridor, the number of homeless people that are living around in our
Yeah.
county, and particularly veterans, it's just unbelievable.
Wow.
Right.
But like you said, you have to have a heart to want to change it and invest funding in it. When you and several others started voicing concern about what we're doing and how we help more of them, could be the catalyst to ensure that resources are placed in the budget to help.
Yes.
And it's not that the government officials don't want to help, it's just not where their
Man.
concerns
Right,
are,
right.
because it's not being addressed or put before them
Right.
in a kind of aggressive way, say, hey, we need to do something about it. You could be our Mitch Snyder.
Yes. I pretty
There
much.
you go.
Can I add to that, Bernie?
Yes.
You made a good point, because I pretty much Next Gen. I had a contract over with the DC shelter.
Okay.
Over at the Family Crisis Center, and there was a lot of funding. Their interest was empowering the women there, trying to give them the life skills and a lot of classes, and it was a lot of information. And the government, they had a lot of programs, grants, and things like that. So that was in DC, but in PG County, it was just like crickets. Like, I did find out a lot of shelters that were, housing, a lot of the homeless, but those programs were not the volume of it were just not out there like it is for DC. So that would be something, once you get in office, I mean, that may be something, Bernie, that you can partner to do, because it's definitely needed.
It is.
And, it's overlooked in the county, or in PG County.
In PG County, because I did a benchmark at In Street Village, and we all know Oprah Winfrey made a large contribution, but that's in DC. So we got to start taking care of our home, from where we live. Even though I'm a native Washingtonian, but I live in Maryland now, in PG County. So those are some of the things that I will be working on in the future.
I toured In Street Village.
Yes.
But what I was going to say to the three of you is, I don't want to give you like a small homework or something, because I believe in reciprocating.
Okay.
I just want you all to look at the county budget, the current county budget, go back 3 or 4 years, and just look at how much money, percentage-wise, compared to public safety, public education that goes in health and human service. That's what the home is, and the programs you're talking about come under. And you would measure what kind of commitment is required from you all to be that advocate and that voice to say, hey, we need to keep up, because what is happening is our homeless population is just living out in the communities. And you all can help find physical locations and programs with not just the government side, our religious component.
Right, absolutely. I know my church does a really good job. Help them out. A lot of First Baptist Church doing all.
So one of the things that I've really have been focusing on with my nonprofit organization, so it's Do It Empowers Incorporated. Some years back, I used to do a program with young girls that was called Girl Power, associated with Health and Human Services. But I went to this forum where they talked about legacies and leaving legacies. And my thing is that some people don't have the mindset to set up to leave legacies. What can we do for everyday individuals right now? So on my plane ride back, I simply wrote hashtag I am the legacy. I am the legacy. And with that whole platform, it is taking young kids, like right now as they are, ages 6 to 16, and letting them be the legacy. So in terms of that, with my project, we have, and we've been collecting funds on our own, collecting funds, and people have been very supportive. So we're going to have a book anthology, taking 10 young authors. We have a youth that is going to train them, Jayana Wood. She's a young author. She's going to train them, and they're actually going to create and have their own book. They're going to be published authors. And then, we're doing a business pitch, collecting again, my everyday friends sponsoring it, collecting $1,200. You know, like Shark Tank.
I love Shark Tank.
With the youth have an opportunity. And not only that, the money part, $1,200, that sound good, but you need so much more. So we're taking our experiences, our expertise, and actually helping them until their business actually renders service, or either their product is actually on the market. And I mean, that could be that's a commitment that we're making. And then the last thing, and we'll definitely partner up with you on this, a youth conference for youth by youth, all youth speakers, all everything that's going on. So I am the legacy. We're in the midst of the fundraisers right now. So
I'm so glad to be here to hear all this, because after November the 6th, we talking about a partnership, a collaboration.
Absolutely.
And one thing, my biggest challenge, but I think is one of my biggest assets, I'm one of those individuals like you are. I don't need credit. I just need to see the end result. So whatever I can do from that perspective, bring in the different resources that up to this point hasn't been available, make them available and work with you. You know what I mean? My whole thing is what you all talking about, what you just talking about.
It's major.
If one
Yes.
out of that group, that one can come back.
Yeah, they
Just like you talked about with Young Woods. She come and talk about writing books. They want them in there come back. It's all about the legacy.
Yes.
Moving forward, reach as you climb.
Yes.
And so you all have me all excited.
Hey, these exciting times. We got a lot to do.
We're excited.
I will tell you, I was like, man, I was last day of voting this.
Like they want me to come up in here.
But the people need to hear the word.
They do.
Deliver the word. So I'm just honored to have an opportunity to sit with you. And then I leave here. I came here for an interview, and I'm leaving here with the kind of friends and family that's going to help make our communities better.
Stay woke. You woke us up.
Right.
We out here promoting like stay woke.
Exactly.
You woke us up and telling us what we have an ability to do just by attending a meeting and going on.
Things like that. So that's
get your approach together and bring some of these elected officials out. Have them in front of the cameras if you don't meet them. But just sit down and talk to them. Because I'm sure I'm not the only, I would love to take credit for it, but I'm not the only one that take responsibility for trying to move forward.
Yes.
Like my colleague Mel Franklin, he got his jobs first, and he's the other one running for county council. We sit down with you like, hey, let's move this agenda.
Hey,
let's
do it.
Let's do it.
Make it happen. Let's do this.
So I want to let you know that Tori said, "Go, Dad." She said, "Go, Dad." Tori, she is watching. So listen,
get some shout.
We want to shout out Allison Daniel, Allison, Esther Montgomery Moore. Thank you so much. Adrian Freeland.
Okay.
All right. Hey, my girl Sierra is on. Sherry Tyner. You all know her?
Sherry.
Beverly Battle Sandsford. And Dee Dee Hinton. And my girl said, hey, Cynthia. Cynthia Purvis said the club was named Tradewin.
Yes.
Thank you, Cynthia. All right. Tori Hawkins Plummer. Who else? Dee Dee Hinton. So we just want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. And we wanted to give you a shout out. We appreciate you supporting our radio talk show. And
I just want to say, Sharitaina's brother Terry Harrison was a school board member in Ward 7. He ran for city council in Ward 7 along with his mother Mia Hamilton. But Terry was a young man that encouraged me to get, even back then, man, you got to leave from behind the scene and get in front of the scene. Morehouse,
I think
man.
it's called,
Bowie State, he was a Morehouse man. We truly miss him, and what I'm doing is really in the spirit of a Terry Harrison, Marion Barry, and Wayne Carey. So I want to
definitely
say
bring that back.
Thanks for listening, but her brother will always be dear to me, and I carry him every day with me as I try to make our county better, like he did the District of Columbia.
All right. I think it's a good question before we leave. Your question about the vote ballot.
I did early voting yesterday, and so on the ballot it has the 3 that's running for your position, right? Now it says you can vote up to 2.
Yes.
Is it? And this is for people who may not know, because I had to think twice. I said, okay, I know I'm voting for Calvin.
Right.
But do I add that second person, which would be Melvin?
Yes.
Or do you just vote for Calvin, or you vote for the 2 because you have the opportunity to vote for 2? How does it hurt, or does it help?
I am absolutely, positively certain that if you vote for Calvin Hawkins, you're in the right direction.
Okay. I know
that's
right. The second one you should vote for is Mel Franklin, because he's the other council member on the Democratic Party. But I'm absolutely certain if you vote for Lisa Florin, you're helping Trump in his efforts to divide America. So all I'm asking you to do, stay blue, stay true, and stay committed to making Prince George's County better than we found it. And I'm grateful. Will they say that about me? I don't know, but I'm true to the blue.
All right.
So it's definitely going to be 2 people that's going to take the office.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
perfect.
okay.
So
Yeah.
you definitely
Okay.
want to get the two.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mel Franklin and Calvin Hawkins.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Thank you.
So
That was a
here's
good
the
question.
thing, like we so appreciate you being here. We know that you got to get out there, do what you need to do because
Yes.
it's the last night for early
Yes.
voting. So just if you have, and look at that camera right
Yes.
there, speak to the people, like because tonight is the end of early
Yeah.
voting, but we have next Tuesday. So for those who still are sitting there, need to cast their vote and need to do everything, let them know why they should check your name off.
You should check my name off, Calvin Hawkins, because been out here in this battle, as I said, for the last 28 years. I haven't been one with a silver spoon in my mouth. I have been one that have gone through the trials and tribulations of life, from losing my way to returning back to a kind of responsible life that you as a parent could be appreciative of. Basically, I've been the prodigal son, and I'm a redemptive story. Mine is how you know, Donnie Kirkman say, we fall down, but we get back up.
back up.
My friends, I'm asking for your support and your vote because I'm someone that's been on the other side, and fortunate to God's grace, I've been able to sit here before you talking about winning an election in Prince George's County. Help me help you, and I promise if you vote for Calvin Hawkins on Tuesday, you will not be disappointed, and I will not let you down.
Yeah.
Our ancestor cry out, Calvin Hawkins, go forward and be the Moses of Prince George's County. I'm only telling you this because I'd rather be behind the scene, but when the people call and cry out, someone has to answer.
Yes.
It could be Providence, and I'm not saying I'm no holier than thou, I'm no better than you. I'm just someone trying to make our community better than I found it. Help me help you. Let's make Prince George's County better. Your vote matters. If you vote, go and vote.
Yes.
Vote for Calvin Hawkins.
Thank you.
Yes.
So
Thank you.
we're gonna go to commercial and we'll be right back.
Great.
Yes. Thanks for joining us, Jessica, Coach,
Thank you.
Allison Bullock. Thank you.
Definitely
Great
appreciate
information.
that.
Yes.
We really do.
So we off? We
Not
off
yet.
now?
No, we not.
Gotta wait till the turn ring. There we go.
Okay.
Well, I want to say to you all,
I Am the Legacy campaign. The nonprofit of Do It, I Am the Legacy campaign was on hiatus and now is back in full effect. This campaign takes the often heard statement, I want to leave a legacy for my children and my children's children to another level. It encourages us all as a community to invest in our children now and put them on track to start building legacies now. The I Am the Legacy campaign consists of three components: one, a youth business pitch contest, two, a youth anthology book, and three, a youth conference symposium. Next up are fitness fundraisers. Starting on November 12th from 1 to 3 p.m., we will be in Waldorf, Maryland with Rendem. Someone described this experience as the master creative activity way of shedding pounds in the DMV area. So we're looking forward to that event. The tickets are $28 and includes an I Am the Legacy t-shirt. To register, sponsor, donate, or volunteer to this campaign, please go to our website www.iamthelegacy.org and follow me on Facebook, Ladrine Howard Peterson, and on Instagram we're at Do It Delivers. Delivering on ideas and thoughts, Do It, and Rendem presents a fitness fundraiser for the I Am the Legacy campaign. On November the 12th from 12:30 to 2 p.m., we will be at the Rendem Fitness Center, 109 Post Office Road, Waldorf, Maryland. Rendem is a creative and sensual way of shedding pounds. One of their most recent clients says, "This is an awesome class, high energy. It doesn't matter if you are a beginner or a veteran at working out. Just go at your own pace." And they had a great time. So come out and join us. The tickets are $28. It includes the class and a t-shirt. For tickets, go to the IamTheLegacy.org website or on Eventbrite at https IamTheLegacyFitnessRendem.eventbrite.com. Hope to see you there.
All right, we on.
Yes,
we on.
Okay. So welcome back. Wasn't that powerful?
Yes.
So we over here talking about stay woke, stay woke. He woke us up. He shook us. And woke us up.
Yes.
And woke us up.
Yes.
But that was like a really, really, really good segment.
It was.
It's so many things that are going on right before our eyes and right before our noses, and we're clueless.
Yes.
We're clueless. So I'm making a commitment to make sure that I look at the website and see what's going on. And it may not be all information for something that I'm vetted in, but I have so many friends, so many clients, and so many other things. Like, we can really be doing more. Really doing more. And just from his segment that he told us, wow.
And we can collaborate. And if we see something on there that can help one of our business partners or someone in our communities, we need to spread the word. We need to really be informed, get informed, and share that information.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that's just basically the same. That's our duty.
That's our
that's
duty.
one of the reasons why we're here on this show, is to share information with you and things of that nature.
Absolutely.
So he definitely gave us an eye opener.
Yes, he did.
So thanks, Calvin, again for that information.
Thank you, Calvin Hawkins.
And make sure y'all share.
Yes.
Bernie's on watch, making sure if any questions come in, that we make sure that we address those. So we're switching gears a little bit. Still on the topic of stay woke. So we talked about stay woke, get out and vote. Now we're switching gears in terms of stay woke. Like, are you sleeping on your dreams?
Yes.
Like, are you sleeping on your dreams? And y'all know, that's my thing. Like, turning dreamers into doers. But, like, really getting people to understand their thoughts and their ideas and how we can make things happen, how we can do it. That's the premise of our show. Let's do this. When we were sitting around talking and I came up with the concept, and I can remember when I first mentioned it to Ida Robinson, who was one of our co-hosts. When I first mentioned it to her and explained to her what it was and what it meant, she just hit me with a wow. Wow. So let's do this. It's for you all. It's to help you all. Anybody that feels like they're stuck, anybody don't know quite the next step to do, to move in, that's what this platform is for. So y'all see, we changed gears. We had on our other shirts and everything. That was a different kind of flash. That was a dual flash. That was a dual flash. That was a dual flash. That's a something. Bernie had on her stay woke and switched up to BB. So what we want to do with this segment is we want to first start off, give you a little insight about our businesses, our dreams, how we got started, what put us in a position of where we are, and then make sure that you're chiming in on Facebook Live. We want to know your questions. We want to know your thoughts. If there's anything that we can do to help move you along, that's what we want to do.
We want to help us help you.
Yes.
That's what we want to do.
So we're going to get started. So, like, what we say, like, let's do this. So we're about to get started. So we're gonna start with training.
Okay.
So, in terms of like your dreams, tell me like what did you dream about as a young girl? What were your dreams?
So I'll say this. I'll say as a child, you know how everybody wants to be a doctor
Right.
and things like that. So my thing was a pediatrician.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I kept saying I wanted to be a pediatrician. But then as I became a teenager, I had a passion to do hair. So I was like, Mom, I want to go to hair school after high school.
Wow.
That wasn't an option. My mother said that wasn't an option.
Okay.
So pretty much put those dreams to the side, finish college and things like that. But I noticed that I would always be a listening ear for people.
Okay.
Whether it's for my friends, my family. I was always a listening ear. So that kind of guided me in a direction of just wanting to empower. Whether it was a family member, a friend, just wanted to empower. And I'm a fast forward. I had an event at my house. You remember that vision board event?
Yeah, of course
And
I do.
it was just something I just wanted to do. I just wanted to get, some women together, and they had spoke about testimonies and things like that. And so, like, I want to say about 2 weeks later, Ladrine called. Ladrine was like, that event was powerful.
Yeah.
And I was like, you think so? So we agreed to meet maybe once a month for about a year. We met for lunch once a month for about a year. I'm sharing some things, she's sharing some things, and I was able to birth my business. Dream was able to birth her business. But to make a long story short, it birthed my nonprofit Next Gen Powerhouse, which was working with youth. Like I said, I've always been a listening ear, but I've always had a passion. Even at church, I would write down that vision. I want to work with youth. I want to have some type of entertainment with youth, some type of involvement with youth. And it came to pass. It came to pass.
Wow.
Dreams come true.
Yes.
It came to pass.
Y'all, dreams
They
come
do.
true.
My main advice I would say that worked for me was I partnered. I partnered because I had the visions, I had the dreams, but I didn't really do much with them because we sit on them, we procrastinate. But I partnered, and when you partner with someone, like I said from the very first show, when you partner with someone, that just gives you that extra fire, that extra boost to take it to another level. So I would say I partnered with Dream. She noticed something that I pretty much was looking at it like that was just something to do, and it birthed into a business. And the second partner I did was when I did real estate. I still do real estate, but I'm looking for a client to look for space for her business, which is Ebony Zoe. She's now my business partner. Looking for her space, boom. A light came over my head. You need a space too. You need a space to host your events. Now I have the Global Next Gen Event Center. So again, partner again. So that's confirmation for me. It's just partnering.
All right.
Bernie Mac.
Well, oddly enough, when I was a youngster, I always said I was going to be an entrepreneur. And so the thing about that is I didn't know how to get there because I wasn't being taught that when I was coming up. I seen it, but I didn't have a mentor, anyone. And then as I got older, different people started coming into my path in my life, and that were entrepreneurs, so then I can glean off of them. So, and I have a heart for women, and especially single moms. I love empowering women. So, BB Coaching basically empowering women through personal development. I believe in investing in yourself. We have to invest in ourselves. And so, I help you with something that you want to work with or get through, and through personal development coaching, then I help you reach your goal. So, And I educate through workshops, educational trainings, and just in education, college prep, financial management. We have to get our finances in order.
Yes.
And also just educating you on day-to-day life skills.
Right.
That's my passion.
Right.
We have to get back to the basics.
Yes.
Right.
We have to
Yes.
get back to the basics.
Yes.
So that's a little bit about me.
So that's what's up, because my last question was going to be like the pattern of what you wanted to do as a kid, what your business is, and how it intertwined. Never mind.
Right.
You already like answered.
Right.
I mean, it just so happened that way. And then again, as Trina said, I can't do this by myself.
Yes, right.
I have my own business,
rough,
but that's
man.
why we have to partner. Partnerships and collaborations are so important. And this is how we impact our communities. And so it's my job, and through my nonprofit, to impact a life, one life at a time.
Right.
So we have to do that through partnership and collaboration.
Yeah. So I'll tell you a little bit about my business. So Do It. Delivering on ideas and thoughts. And it's the very piece of Trina. Actually, people who know my story know that Trina was one of the inspirers of Do It. So a lot of times, like, we would have our meetings. Trina wouldn't be ready. Or Trina was. We would have like 2-hour meetings, but we would be talking about life instead of talking about. But what would happen is while I was waiting for Trina, or as I was going back, I started drafting down just notes about different things that I could do, and we had booked Allison Seymour. We booked the venue, but Trina's pastor wasn't available, and Trina was like, "I cannot do my launch." It was 30 days before. You remember that? And I was like, what do you mean? Like, I used up my friendship line. Big shout out to Allison C.
Yes.
That's my girl from years back. But I don't bother Allison too much.
Right.
And I was like, what do you mean? I already had her for that day. So I was like, oh, something's going to happen on this day, this venue and everything. So I'll tell y'all, within 30 days, I took my notes, did my business plan, worked it out, and I launched. I launched. I mean, an actual launch event, sold tickets, did everything.
Wow.
And that's when I'm telling you all, dreams, like when you sitting down with your thoughts and your ideas, that's how Do It came about, delivering on ideas and thoughts. Everybody have ideas and thoughts. They don't know how to bring them to fruition.
Right.
Look, I didn't know. When I was getting my MBA, I really didn't know why I was getting my second master's. My first one is in human resources management. I knew why I was getting that. 27 years in HR guru, so on and so forth. But I didn't know why I was getting my second one. I got my dual masters, and when I tell y'all, it lines up. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a teacher. So a lot of people know my story about the teacher. That salary thing didn't work for me. But I'm teaching now. So I get so inspired when I'm talking to people. So mine's definitely intertwined with one another. So so we're going to take a quick break. We talked about us. We got some time left. We're going to take a quick break, and we want to hear the stories about what you all have, any questions that you have for us. So the next commercial you're going to see is about I Am the Legacy. We're pretty much having fundraisers, and Trina and I are sporting the t-shirts. So these t-shirts come as a part of the packet. And then there's also the advertising that we have. Y'all, I was in the studio, so I'm learning how to do voiceovers and everything, y'all. When I tell y'all, our show is growing and it's becoming so well rounded, and in the future we're going to have a studio audience. So we're going to go to commercial, and we'll be back. Send your questions
please.
to Facebook Live.
Yes.
Or call
301-429-9247. Hey, Shanae.
Hey, we'll see y'all in a minute. Let's do this radio talk show. Have you heard about our new show, Let's Do This? 5 women come together, pouring out their hearts, sharing their experience. The show's primary concept is to provide a platform for business owners and goal-oriented people. We want to get you motivated into moving forward on your dreams and your goals. Yeah, we know there are many things in life that people contribute to holding them back, such as finances, other people, health, family obligations, etc. When in reality, There are not any valid reasons for anyone not fulfilling their dreams. So for those who may need a boost, a push, some motivation, we welcome you to our family. No more deferring your dreams, stalling success, postponing purposes, no excuses. Let's do this. And to advertise your business with us, you can contact us. The advertisement and sponsorship activities start from $60 up to $600. Reach out to us for 60-second ads for $60, 10-minute in-studio advertisement segments for $100, and also you can do takeovers and sponsorship advertising for various pricing. We hope that you reach out. Let's do this. Go.
All right, so we're back. We have a question from our Facebook audience. Shanae Robinson wants to know, hey, Shanae, as an entrepreneur, how do you handle becoming overwhelmed?
We can all take
Yes,
that.
we sure can.
That's a very good question.
Yes, it is.
When you're working for other people, it's a difference. Like if something go wrong, it's their money. And if something fall through, it's them. Like, you don't have that full responsibility. When you are an entrepreneur and you're the CEO, 100% of what goes on falls on you.
Right.
So to avoid not becoming overwhelmed, Trina said the answer earlier. Partnering up, asking for help, hiring help. A lot of times what happens is we either get stuck or we get bogged down because we're trying to find our way through a hurdle or something that we know good and goddamn well we have no experience, no desire, or no anything. That's where you get stuck. You concentrate on the pieces that you do extremely well. You know your talents and your gifts. You know what you like to do. Those things that you don't care for and those things that you don't know how to do. Hand them over to somebody else. Partner up with other people. Hire people, even if it's to do one task at a time.
Right. Yeah, virtual assistant.
Yes.
That's something that you can task out. Also, I would like to add, set boundaries.
Yes.
You know, so don't allow someone to overtake your time, and you control the time.
Right.
You know, prayer also.
Right. Oh,
and I'll add to that, Bernie. That I was going to say timeline. You know, stick to a timeline. If you set a date on Wednesdays, this is what I'm going to do, then that's what you do, and you stick to it.
Schedule yourself some time. Put yourself on your calendar.
We got any more?
Ida. So, our big shout out to Ida and
Ida.
Tina. Tina's under the weather. Feel better, boo.
Feel better.
Ida had questions, and hers was, what are some distractions that prevent you from pursuing your dreams?
Okay. Negativity.
Yeah. And mine was
doubt.
Yeah.
Fear. Do it afraid, guys. I'm doing it afraid.
Yeah. Mine was like, honestly, being in a circle or sharing ideas with people who can't even fathom what you were thinking of. When it's too big for them to think about, they're like, girl, whatever. And sometimes that can get into you. So choosing to observe or to be around people that's going to help you elevate or that's been walked in a direction that you want to go in or have a mindset.
I got one. Okay. Procrastination. And at the women's conference, it was a very strong Bishop O'Neill's. She said, procrastination is an arrogant assumption that God owes you another day to do something. That was deep. That's one of our distractions is procrastination.
Right.
So just kind of hold on to that thought to let you know you have to do it now.
Yeah, do it now.
Do it now.
Yes, let's do it now.
So, Ida had a couple other questions, but I know like we're very close to time. So, in terms of it, let me
put the questions in the box.
So, what's in the box?
None in the box.
None in the box. Okay. So let's actually switch it to any last minute words that you ladies have.
I just want to encourage anyone that has a business in their belly to go ahead and do it, and do it afraid. And if you need some help, we're here for you.
Yes. How about you, Trina?
I would just say, it's just like with Bernie, if it's in your spirit, like sometimes, like with me, I couldn't sleep for like a month. I knew it was God. I knew God wanted me to do this. So, you know, there are some affirmations that you may have to do and that may come to you. That means it's for you to do.
Yeah. So, and Ida's last question was, what does stay woke mean? And I actually found like the perfect image, and I'll make sure I put it in this box. But they defined it as being well informed and up to date. Calvin Hawkins woke us up, alert to injustice in society, especially racism. So that's the new thing in terms of staying woke. My last word is like, stop sleeping on your dreams.
Yes.
So many times I have meetings and interaction with people, and it just blows my mind. And one of the things that I love to do is shout out entrepreneurs. So the picture up here, we got little young TJ, who is a photographer, taking pictures, doing this thing, living out his dream, also doing barbering. I took my braces off because they was making noise. Like, I actually had these handcrafted. I support entrepreneurs in terms of the whole do it and everything. My jacket, the jacket, like young chick from Texas, and then I'm about to do something real crazy. But here, the latest thing.
Oh, the tennis shoes.
Yes.
She rocked my tennis shoes.
Yes.
In terms of my HR and my thing. But it's all about supporting individuals, living out your dreams.
Gotta support one another.
Doing what you feel, doing what's in your heart. And stop sleeping on it and stop minimizing it.
Yes.
Stop minimizing. Reach out. Get with other people and get a support. I'm so serious about dreams. It's so amazing. And I know we got to go ahead and cut this thing short. We will definitely have another show where we're focusing on dreams and fulfilling your dreams and moving forward. But at this time, ladies, shall we?
Let's do this.
Go vote. Go vote. Y'all already heard Calvin. I'm not telling y'all who to vote for, but
Go
vote. Already said, you know what was going on. But make sure that y'all vote. If not tonight, to end up early voting. Make sure y'all vote next Tuesday. Like, seriously, make sure y'all vote.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes.
We appreciate y'all.
We do.
Until next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Woo.